So, alhamdulillah, for circuit switching network, communication via circuit switching means that there is a dedicated communication path between two stations. Remember how before, sometimes you can see it in the movies. When someone wants, in the old movies, when someone wants to call another person, they will see that the operator will take a button and then connect. That's because circuit switching. So actually, and if the line is used by that person, nobody else can use it. So this is the meaning of circuit switching. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome. All right. Any other question about this? So the path is connected sequence of links between network nodes. It's like if you are dedicating one circuit for a certain amount of time for those two persons to communicate with each other. On each physical link, a channel is dedicated to the connection. Most common examples is the telephone network, the old telephone network, the legacy. Now it's digital. The basic operation of circuit switching is 3 phases. First is circuit establishment. By the way, this is usually coming in the quiz. What are the phases? Explain the 3 phases. Circuit establishment. Before any signal can be transmitted, an end-to-end or station-to-station circuit must be established. Think about it like telephone. When you call someone, you have first to establish the call. Then you can start talking or sending. Data transfer, then you start transferring the data. After you finish, you have to disconnect because the line can be used by someone else. Okay. So these are example connection over public circuit switching network. So the best known example is the public telephone network, PTN. Okay. A collection of national networks interconnected to form the international service. Circuit switching is also used in private networks, such as in large organizations to interconnect its various sites using dedicated lease lines obtained from a carrier. These are for long time ago for big companies. They have headquarters, big headquarters, thousands of users. Then they can have their own circuit switched private network. Circuit switching was developed to handle voice traffic, but now it is used for data traffic because circuit switching is there before the internet. This is an example. You have to know the names here. So here we have, this is the transmitter. Then that signal will go through the end office to the long distance office. Then it will arrive at the receiver side, long distance office, then the end office and the digital PPX of the receiver. Okay. What are subscribers? These are the devices that attach to the network. Remember, in network we call them nodes here, or clients. Here we call them subscribers. The telephone company, they consider you a subscriber. Okay. If you look at the invoice, you are a subscriber. Then there is the subscriber line. This is the link between the subscriber and the network. And some people, they call it subscriber loop or local loop. Then we have the exchanges. These are the switching centers in the network. A switching center that directly supports the subscriber, we call it end office. The trunks, these are the branches between exchanges. They are also called carrier systems. Look here. Why we call this end office? Because this is the trunk next to the subscriber. Okay. Circuit establishments. Subscriber connect directly to an end office, which switches traffic between subscribers and other exchanges. Okay, so the connection is established. Once the connection is established, nobody else can use this circuit. It will be busy for that to use for those two subscribers. One of the key requirements for voice traffic is that there must be virtually no transmission delay and no variation in delay. Of course, if you want to talk with someone, he should hear everything at the same time. Otherwise, the words will be cut. So one of the key strengths of circuit switching is that it is transparent. Once a circuit is established, it appears like a direct connection to the two attached stations. When you call someone, خلاص, the line is established, it's very fast, life is good. But what about other users? They cannot get the line. All right? So this is the circuit establishment. Look here, we have A, end office, and then we have the trunks connecting exchanges together. It's called a trunk, like backbone cable. Trunk. And this is the intermediate exchange. You have to know this diagram, okay, please. Control signal, of course, the signal you have to control it. It is managed and by which calls are established, maintained, and terminated. This is done by the telecom company. Okay. Also, you need some information to be exchanged between the subscriber, because if you call someone, his line is busy, you need to know that. So there should be some management, some tone. You hear a tone, you hear something. Yeah, like this.
What's this one called? Well, what is this one? Control signal.
It's called the control signaling. Yes. Okay. For large public telecom company, of course, you need a complex control signaling system or scheme. And for telecom company, there's a whole department for this, because this is very important. Which tone to use if the line is busy, which tone to use if the line is on hold, all this information, how much they charge. Okay?
اللاين فيه اي بي ادرس ولا لا؟ تليفون بشكل عام هل يكون فيه اي بي ادرس؟
Of course, yeah, your mobile it has each one, the smartphone you mean. Yeah. Now the signaling can also be classified functionally as supervisory. Supervisory meaning it's used to determine if a network resource is available or not available. That's supervisory. Address, it identify a subscriber, like what? The number. When you call someone or send IP address or something. Then the call information refers to those signals that provide information to the subscriber about the status of a call. How many minutes your call has taken, the subscriber, did he receive the call, is his line busy? These are call information. The network management is how you are managing your network. Is there any failure? Which part is faulty? Okay. I'll give you one example. Imagine telephone company, they have a line going from here to a city like 100 kilometers. And for some reason, someone complained they cannot make their calls. How they will know which part is faulty, which part of the cable is damaged, or where is the fault? They have their management, network management will help them to troubleshoot. It will tell them where about. So the signal that is going is not only the data or the voice. There are some management. Okay. Why packets? Now, this was circuit switching. It was good that time, but not good for internet, for data. It's not efficient. Okay. So the disadvantages of circuit switching If a typical user host data connection, much of the time is ideal, but the line is still busy. And you established in circuit switching, two subscribers, they are connected to each other, but they are doing nothing. And every 5 minutes, he will send email or send something. Is this efficient? No. Most of the time idle. So, and also in circuit switching, the connection provides for transmission at a constant data rate also. You cannot change the data rate, it's the same. Yani there is no control. It's not efficient.
It's slow.
Yeah. Yeah, also it's slow. So the solution is packet switching. You can see the video later on or in the weekend, okay? Or I'll show you at the end if we have time. The use of packet. Data are transmitted in short packets, and a typical packet length is almost 1,500 bytes, okay? Each packet contains a portion or all for a short message of the user's data plus some control information. So the packet will have the data and will have some control information, like who's the sender, who's the receiver, IP address of the sender, IP address of the receiver. The control information at minimum includes the information that the network requires to be able to route the packet through the network. Here we have, you see how the data is divided into packets, smaller packets. Each packet is what's the size? Very good, byte. Very good. That's the MTU size. And then it's going through the packet switching network. Then it arrives at the receiver. We have two approaches for packet switching. Let me make this bigger. We have datagram approach. Here packets could take different routes. I'll show you the figure. And then we have virtual circuit approach. Packets take the same route. And packet reach at the same original order. So this is the datagram approach. Here, each packet is treated independently. You see here the packets, they take different routes. شايفهم? You see? That's why it's packet switching, but it is datagram approach. The call setup phase is avoided. It is more flexible and more reliable. And this is the virtual circuit approach. Here I am using packet switching, but I am predefining the route that my packets will take. That's why it's called virtual circuit approach. So a pre-planned route is established. The node need not take a routing decision for each packet. It is made only once for all packets. You see, they all arrive at the same order. So these are this is here again summarizing the advantages of packet switching and disadvantages of packet switching. One of the good things about packet switching, you can do priorities or quality of service. One of the disadvantages of packet switching is jitter. Jitter meaning the overall packet delay can vary substantially. We have also overhead information that must be added to the packet. Remember we said you put some information, who's the sender, who's the receiver, okay? This causes some delay and causes overhead. More processing is involved. Also with packet switching, you need to train the technicians who are configuring the network. With circuit switching is easier. They just do wiring, they have some basic knowledge. Okay. Wide area networks for voice, dedicated for voice communication. In the old days, businesses were relying heavily on the public telephone network. Private networks are appropriate for an organization with a number of sites and with a substantial amount of voice traffic between them. Voice over IP uses a packet transmission approach over internets and intranets. So VoIP is using packet switching. We will talk more about voice over IP, by the way. So these are summary of the wide area networks for data. We have public packet switching network. Please spend like 2 minutes reading this comparison. These are summarizing the type of wide area networks for the data. And let me open it here. Maybe it's clearer here. Please read it. Which one offers both packet switching and circuit switching? Which one provides ISDN? Which one provides the ultimate control for the user with the most efficiency? Private packet switching, because you will have your own packet switch network. The packet is efficient, and then you are owning it, so you have full control. But it will cost you. You have to buy all the equipment. Okay. Any questions?
Is ISDN still used? Only in mobile?
Yeah, you know, we have ADSL. And very good. Now we have two types of traffic. We have stream and we have bursty. The stream, it means that it's lengthy and fairly continuous transmission. Yani the transmission is almost the same. For example, file transfer, telemetry, something that's measuring the temperature, or other sorts of batch data processing application, digitized voice. Then we have bursty. Here, short, sporadic transmission. Yeah, it will transmit suddenly, high speed, and then it will slow down. It's interactive client-server traffic, for example. Yani, when you browse on the internet, you will type the internet, the website, then data will come, صح? So you are browsing, you request the data, then you have a burst. Then there is nothing for some time. Then again you click, then burst. Okay, so this is the client-server traffic, such as transaction processing, data entry, time sharing. Also, fax, if you are sending a fax. Do you know the fax machine? Now nobody is using, and does anyone use fax here?
Only in organization. Yeah.
Even now, email, I think, yeah. Email. The voice over IP, it is the transmission of speech across IP-based network. IP-based is packet switching. It works by encoding voice information into digital format and then coding it or carrying it over the IP network. The advantages of VoIP, of course, is cheaper. It can integrate with other services, such as CCTV, internet, okay, telephone. Yeah, IP. Here we have an example. I need you to know here that we use for VoIP, we use RTP, real-time transport protocol. Okay. Also, if I have, let's say I have VoIP in my company, but I am connecting to the telecom company. So I should be able also to call landlines, normal lines. So I have to integrate with the PSTN network. And this is available. You can buy the equipment and connect to the government or the local PSTN network, as you can see here.
We can use Converter for this.
We call them PBX and call centers. Call center, it's called. For Cisco, they call it call center. Okay. Have you used these devices before? Or?
In the workplace.
Where did you use?
Workplace.
Ah, okay. They have a, I think, call center, they call it. Like router or maybe computer. Oh, yes, exactly. Okay, the deployment of the VoIP infrastructure has been accompanied by a variety of end-user products. These are some devices that are used for VoIP, traditional telephone handset, or conferencing unit. إذا رحت conference room بتلاقي في conference unit on top of the tables. People click to talk, then they stop talking. Okay. Mobile and soft phone. These are like some applications you download it and then use it on your mobile or your computer to make a call. Okay. Any questions?
Can we have example of soft phone? Like that?
Oh, there is a lot. Yeah, exactly. Very good. I was about to ask, but you answered. Very good. Okay. So any other questions? Okay, let's have a short break.